One day, Ali will...
Be a big guardian?
Yes, exactly. How you know?
Your master told me.
Mata Jafar, clever Gnu.
You are a pain in the ass for your master, Titch.
No, Jafar not cause concerns. I will be fighter and use magic. Ali will be strong and no longer need Jafar.
I promised your master I'd help you.
Homie helper. Good thing that. Ali needs homie friends for General Magnus. He will never let Ali be guardian. You go to General, talk to him. Ali will come with you.
Do you take gnomes on as cadets too?
As cadets? You must be kidding. Gnomes aren't exactly what we need here.
But you can easily allow them to work for you.
Are you talking about Ali? He's wanted to become a guardian since the moment he arrived here. I must admit, the little one has already done a great deal here in the camp.
Then train him.
Well, convince me. I don't have time to teach him all the basics. Show me that the little one can at least fight, and I may consider training him.
General Magnus might be willing to train you. You wouldn't be a cadet, but you get a foot in the door.
Yippee!
Slow down. First, he'll need to see if you've grasped the basics of fighting.
Ali can fight like Panther. I'll show it to General. But how?
We'll just put on a little staged combat.
Yes, but you're much bigger than Ali.
Didn't you say you're as strong as a panther?
Yes, but you mustn't defend yourself or Ali not fight.
Fine. I'll let you hit me until I faint. That should convince the general.
Yippee! Good idea. You start, yes?
All right, now, attack me, Titch.
Attacka!
Go on!
Go on, take a swing! You soda bastard! Go on! Get a move on! Fine hit!
Nice one!
Ah, Ali is the greatest. Homie is afraid of Ali now, yes?
Don't forget we're just playing around. So don't get cocky. If things get serious, I'll flatten you.
Okay, homie. What about training with General?
I'll talk to him shortly.
Homie better hurry.
Oh, cut the act. I'll teach little Ali.
That is a good decision.
Keep your comments to yourself or I might change my mind.
From now on, General Magnus is your master.
Yippee! My dream come true! I go to other GNU and tell all about it. One day, Crystal Glove of Guardian my Ori Kulki will be. Thank homie for big help. Yip yip!
Your protege Ali is well taken care of. Magnus is going to train him as a guardian.
Yep, good fucking news! Ali now Piffy of Magnus. Jaffa now free!
How about it? Will you join my crew?
Jaffa go on big fucking journey again. Where is your ship, Captain?
I don't have a big ship. Only a small sloop.
Fuck! You no room for Jafar! Stupid, homie! I'll wait till you have big ship. Then just come back and I sail.
Just dropped in, did ya? What are you up to in here, eh?
It's useless without the right key.
Oh, is someone there?
Spinning.
Don't even think about it.
Something smells funny here.
Well, my friend, it must be me. Well, not from me, but from the gunpowder. Shotguns are my life.
Can't you do magic?
Just think, what would I do if the crystal glove fails me? When push comes to shove, I don't like being unarmed.
Right.
I always say, what's better than a mage? A mage with a gun, of course.
What do you think about the mages?
Well, officially, they are, of course, the ones with the big plan. They're building a contraption that's meant to save humanity from the Titans. But all I care about is getting paid. I don't care where it comes from, or what I have to do to earn it.
What's your job with the Guardians?
I'm in charge of maintenance and repair of the firearms. We don't have many, but I'm the only one who knows anything about them. That's also the reason why I don't have to slog my guts out in the mines, or play the washerwoman like Vetranio here.
What's wrong with Vetranio?
He's useless, like most of the new arrivals. He thought if he could conjure a few sparks, he'd be the biggest fish in the pond. But that's not how things work. If you've got no skills, you're worthless.
Everyone has to start somewhere.
You, maybe. Not me. I was always a talented artisan. I'm just following my calling. Listen, if you want to learn about firearms, I'm your man. I can take those things apart and put them back together so fast that your head will spin.
Any advice you can give me on the way?
Just one thing. Keep practicing. Take me, for example. Every morning I do target practice on the stand. Most people here think it's a waste of time, but I say it's worth it.
Tell me something about firearms.
All right. What do you want to know?
Let's see what you've got. I'm not a smith.
Stop! Not another step. You're not going to just saunter in here, are you?
And what if I am?
No way. General Magnus doesn't want anyone to disturb the mages. So without the General's permission, I'm not letting anyone in. Are we clear?
I see.
What is it? Is there a problem?
Skull caves, shadow minions, devastated areas. The usual.
So what? There's nothing that can harm us now that we have the power the mages gave us. Well, even a Titan could get a foothold here, that's for sure.
Those who control magic have nothing to fear.
You seem confident.
You bet. Just look what the mages have done here on Tyrannus. We don't care if the gods have abandoned the world. We don't need them anymore. The more crystals our minds produce, the greater our power.
Tell me something about the crystals and the mines.
I've no idea why the crystals are so powerful, but I do know they burn a nice hole in our enemies. And that's precisely why it's so important to mine them.
Right. How many crystals have you got with you?
Me? Oh, it's not worth mentioning. A handful, and that's it. This stuff is needed elsewhere more urgently.
Then you certainly won't mind handing over a few.
But not all of them. Here.
What else do you do, apart from making speeches?
Ha! Impressed, aren't you? Well, I'm waiting for the next order from Magnus. As long as he issues them, I'll be ready in advance. He who is well prepared will succeed in this camp. And that will be me.
How about a round of knife throwing?
Sure thing, but I don't compete against any buffoon. I'll enter into a knife duel with you just as soon as you bring the necessary gold. But remember, I don't have time for these games when I'm not by the wheel.
This, my friend, this here is the best spot on this stinking island.
Do you have something against the island?
No. It just smells a little strong here, that's all. It's my home, after all.
Here, lad, fry yourself a piece of meat. You look famished.
What? You're giving him something to eat?
You're fat enough as it is, Horace. So, what can I do for you? Would you like to replenish your supplies? Or maybe test your strength?
So, you provide supplies to the people here?
That's right. But it isn't always easy to fill all the hungry mouths. The work in the mines means the men are constantly hungry. Luckily, the gnomes don't eat very much. And when they're hungry, the garbage is also fine for them.
You give the gnomes rubbish to eat?
Of course. And I don't feel guilty about it either. They're not like those fancy mages. They don't give a toss if their sausage was lying in the dirt for a bit. The important thing is, it's nice and greasy and puts meat on their bones. Besides, I have to make do with what Rumhold gives us.
Tell me about arm wrestling.
The rules are simple. Place your arm on the table and push. No bracing. And keep trying to twist the opponent's hand to the inside. That's how you'll get his hand on the table.
Who can I take on at arm wrestling?
I always arm wrestle straight after leaving work. It's a welcome change from the daily grind. Otherwise Hardwick and Downs turn up every now and then. When you see someone training at the table, chat to him, and he'll be happy to do a round with you.
Can you teach me anything?
If you have some ready cash.
You're not a guardian, are you?
No, the mages saved me, so I'm doing my share here in the camp.
I don't know the last thing about magic, but I can forge a good sword, and a solid blade is a loyal companion in these times.
You want to stop the shadows with ordinary steel?
If only you knew everything you could do with my steel.
Ha! We'll need more than that to stop them.
What do you do when you're not at the forge?
I sleep.
Right.
Well, sometimes I have a little drink in the tavern after midnight. When you bang on the anvil as much as I do, sometimes your hand starts to get a little shaky. A strong drink helps to steady the bones, you know. And if you can have a drinking contest with someone on the same night, all the better.
What did the mages save you from?
It all happened too long ago for you to be remotely interested.
You're wrong. Tell me the story.
It all started back in the time when the Inquisition and the mages were still making common cores. I was already a smith then, and I was doing loads of overtime. I was so overworked that I forgot to fold one particular blade properly.
Okay, so you forged a bad blade, so?
But that's just it. That sodding blade ended up going to the Commandant. And of course, it snapped. He wanted to have my guts for garters. So I packed my things and went over to the mages. I'd never have made it without them.
So, returning to the Inquisition is not an option?
Definitely not. I hardly think they would welcome a deserter back with open arms. No, my place is here. The mages will accomplish what the Inquisition failed to do.
And that is?
Defeat the Titans, once and for all.
I think I've heard enough.
All right.
Tell me about blacksmithing.
I owe the mages, so you'll have to pay me. But if you're afraid of sparks, you'll be a terrible blacksmith. If all you need is a better weapon, I can sell you one.
It's going to happen soon.
Ah, shit, not again.
Why won't anyone listen to me?
Because the shadow creatures you're talking about can't hurt us.
They'll come. And they're going to...
Get their asses kicked, I bet. Now go annoy someone else. Hey, I'm a Gila. If you need something special or want to get rid of a few crystals, I'm your man.
Got any good tips?
Sure, if you're looking for weapons, talk to Gordon and Stanley. You can earn gold in arm wrestling matches or by throwing knives. Oh, and if you get the opportunity, run an errand for the mages. The rewards are worth it. You can also earn the odd coin drinking. I usually drink from late at night until dawn.
What's knife throwing like?
It's only for guys with a steady hand. You have to get the right moment to throw the knife. And if you need an opponent, ask around near the target. If you see someone training there, you can challenge them.
How is your arm wrestling?
Go talk to Roderick. Introducing it was his idea. He can tell you the rules. But be careful if you wrestle with him. He's got a battering ram instead of an arm.
Do you trade information as well?
Our little bird twittered an interesting tidbit to me recently. Apparently, the mages have got themselves a nice pile of crystals. I bet a smart guy like you would have use for some of them.
As for the mages' crystals...
Not so fast, my friend. Information has a price, and I want gold.
What do you get out of it once I get the crystals?
Not much, other than the few gold coins I ask in payment for some information. It's more of a personal matter. I got caught stealing something from them once. The reprimand stung, and it still does today. I would feel a certain gratification if you stole from them.
Which mages?
Well, I heard that Nurgle, the alchemist, keeps his valuables in a chest. And Lumbrock has a guard posted outside his room around the clock. He might as well have shouted from the rooftops that he's got something worth stealing. Master Faruko is the last one. Picking his chest will be quite a feat.
How do I get at the mages' chests?
You shouldn't have any difficulties with Nurgle. He's so scatterbrained he doesn't even lock it. It may take some sweet talking to get to Lumbrock's chest, though. The guard is pretty on the ball. But if you get a job from Lumbrock, you'd be able to enter his room, so good luck. As for Faruko, let me think. I heard he possesses a key. Talk to him and feel him out.
I'll look into the matter with the crystals.
Good idea. It's time someone took stock there. And I think their records will soon show stocks are low, eh?
Anything you can teach me?
If your offer's fair.
Psst. Hey, you! Come here. What's going on?
Not so loud. Otherwise I'll be in trouble with the Guardians again.
You're not one of the Guardians.
I never trusted magic. I'm a fisherman. I was a fisherman before the mages began their experiments on this island.
Ah, a fisherman. And what are you fishing for up here in the camp?
Nothing. Stop making fun of me.
Why do we have to whisper anyway?
The Guardians don't want anyone to ask for help.
Why? What's wrong with that?
Because my story just drives people crazy. At least, that's what Hardwick said.
What's your problem?
You want the short version or the long one?
The long version.
Alright. It was like this. Lena, Tokel and I lived in the fisherman's hut in the valley until not long ago. Fishing wasn't just my dream, it was theirs too. And we made a comfortable living.
And then?
Well, one day, a thick fog rolled in, and it became very cold. Then we noticed the fish had stopped biting.
You don't say. And then?
Well, then we decided to light a fire. But before we even managed to get it lit, we heard these strange noises.
Strange noises?
Yes. Coming from the fog. Something was in the fog.
Creatures came out of the fog. Go on.
Not just any creatures. You've never seen anything.
Let me guess. Shadow minions.
Yes. But how did you...
Just tell me what happened to your friends.
Well, that's the problem. I don't know what happened to them. I took to my heels and ran all the way here.
You're some friend.
Come on. I was scared witless. Please, can you go and check on them?
Is there anything else I need to know about your friends?
Well, maybe you should go and have a look around on the small island in the lake. Maybe Tokel fled to that place. But that's just speculation. Nothing more.
I'll take care of your friends.
Thank you. Finally. Someone's doing something for me. I think you should start your search at the fisherman's hut. But make no mistake, those beasts are nothing to be trifled with. Tyrannus isn't what it used to be.
Get out of here.
Ah, a new face in the camp. Are you the replacement for Geralt?
Not that I know of.
Damn. I'd hoped that somebody would finally take over his post. Does that mean I have to continue dealing with this waster?
What kind of a problem have you got with Geralt?
Where do I start? He can't even do the simplest tasks. We've got rules here, and if they aren't observed, we'll have big problems.
So don't make such a fuss, Frink.
Everyone knows you don't stick to the rules, so just leave us out of it.
What rules are you talking about?
Well, prick up your ears, okay? 1. The word of the mages is law. 2. Crystal mining is top priority. And 3. One must not flake out at one's post.
All right. Understood.
Ah, really? What's the first rule?
The word of the mages is law.
Correct. Nothing gets done without a strong chain of command. Only those who obey the rules of the camp will achieve something.
Do you need help?
Yes. I've been waiting too long for a bag of crystals to be delivered from the camp's mine. I'm not counting on Geralt bringing them anymore, which is why you are going to get them. I'll make it worth your while.
I'll bring you your pouch of crystals.
Excellent. 4 filled pouches should suffice. Never forget, mining crystals has top priority.
Yeah.
What'd you want?
Tired?
You'd be tired too if you were permanently on guard duty.
Guard duty? It's not like anything ever happens here.
That's exactly what I was trying to tell Frink. But then he just started with all that rubbish about the rules. I tell you, he's got his head so far up Magnus's arse, he never sees the sun.
Have a rest for once.
Whoa, and get caught by Frink? Nah. I have to get Gnome Dakhil moving anyway. He's sleeping again. Hey, wait. What do you think about this idea? You make Dakhil work, and I'll have a rest.
What do I get in return if I help you?
Simple. What I don't know won't hurt me. If a few crystals make their way into your pockets from time to time, I'll turn a blind eye. But don't think you can snitch on our arrangement to Frink for a few gold.
Frink asked me to collect pouches of crystals here in the mine.
Oh? Are you his new errand boy?
He said that this was actually your job.
It was my job. Now it's yours. Have fun while you're at it. But look at it this way. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Such is life.
I'll give Dakhil a proper talking to.
Good. I can have a rest at last.
Nini! Nini!
The lock is too intricate for me. Wake up!
What? Homie is gaga. Dakhil tired.
You cheeky runt.
No more blah blah. Homie better go.
Geralt wants you to get back to work.
Geralt, granny bumface. Dakhil sleep.
This isn't gonna work. I have never met a gnome as lazy as you.
What? Homie want basher?
I've always wanted to punch a gnome.
Basher? Sure thing.
Attacker!
Show him who's boss. Do it! You know how to handle yourself.
Owie! No more clobber, poor Dackil! Do what Hummy wants.
Show me what you've got in your pockets.
Dackil not find much in Caver. Other GNU working, Dackil sleep.
Lazy and poor. Great. From now on, you'll work just like everyone else.
Yip yip, Dackil will fetch many dinghy from mountain.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Nini!
Dackil is working again.
And?
I thought the news would be worth a reward.
Didn't I tell you that you could pick up everything you find here?
You did, but...
But? What? Here, take 5 gold and get your ears cleaned.
I've got a few pouches of crystals.
And I'm not interested. Talk to Frink.
Here. That should be the last of the pouches of crystals.
You're really quick. Not bad. Here's your payment. That concludes the shipment. General Magnus will be happy. And now I can get a few tankards in the tavern. I mean, now I can sleep easy at night.
Garelt said I could steal a few crystals in the mine.
What? You will leave them where they are. The crystals are for the mages. Nobody can help themselves here. I'll tell Magnus about this, and there will be consequences for Geralt. As for you, I hope you're not hiding any crystals from the mine in your pockets.
Of course not.
Good. I expected nothing less from you. But that doesn't mean I won't keep a close eye on you. If you have nothing more to report, you may leave.
Oiled crankshafts were rarely used in crossbows, despite their obvious efficiency. Since most shooters have started using firearms, likely no one there is interested any longer. A final specimen is said to have been owned by a lighthouse keeper on Calador.
General, sir! Permission to speak freely.
Permission granted.
Geralt, one of the mine guards, has committed a grave offense.
How grave?
He allowed unauthorized parties to remove crystals from the camp mine.
Has he been instructed in the rules of the camp?
Yes, sir. Not a day goes by without me repeating them to him like a mantra.
Good. You shall receive no salary for a week. Back to your post.
Yes, sir.
One more thing about the mines.
Yes?
The delivery has arrived from the mine.
Oh, which of the lads here got it?
I did.
Right. Oh well, good work, I suppose. Take this as a reward for your service. I'll have to think very carefully about putting Frink in charge of the mine.
Come on. Let me into the Great Hall of the Mages. I'll try not to get into any trouble.
Very well. After all, you've done much for us. Go to them. But don't distract them too much from their work.
Great.
Stop! Not another step.
General Magnus asked me to speak to the mages.
Oh, yeah? And I'm supposed to believe that?
Do I have to get the General down here?
Nah. Forget it, I believe you. For all I care, just go in if you want.
Are you this friendly to everyone?
You aren't responsible for the mage's safety. If anything goes wrong or goes missing, I'm the one who gets it in the neck. They don't pay me nearly enough for this shit.
I'm sure you'll do fine.
Not like I've got a choice. I thought being a guardian would make me rich and famous. I'd go out and do some heroic deeds, and everyone in the tavern would love me for it. Instead, I just hang about here. And every once in a while, some cretin comes by and wants to compete with me.
How about some arm wrestling?
I knew it. Haven't you got anything better to do?
You scared?
No way. I'll break your arm. But we'll only wrestle once, for gold. And the winner takes all. Just so you know, I'm only ever at the tavern until noon. If you want to wrestle later than that, you can forget it. I'm on duty then.
Ah, now I know where that smell is coming from.
What do you mean?
The smell's here in the camp. The old men sometimes stink.
Books on nature cures. Nothing could be more boring. Geography of the Western Hemisphere. Riveting.
You don't want to steal anything here? Yes, I know. You're new here, and you want a quick way to learn magic. Forget it. Magic requires practice and concentration. If you expect quick success, you'll be quick to fail.
I just wanted to talk to you.
Do I look like the sort of person who spends their time chatting? I'm here to teach people about magic. Remember that. And now, I have other matters to attend to.
I want to learn more about crystal magic.
I don't have much time, so you'll have to make do with the short version. Crystal magic may appear to be another, random form of magic to the uninitiated. Yet it is capable of so much more. It contains a power to rival even that of the Titans.
How can a few crystals stop Titans?
Have you never heard that faith can move mountains? It's similar with crystals, but more practical. It's possible to channel their magic. The sooner we understand their complex structures, the stronger the magical power we can extract from them.
Where do these crystals originate?
An interesting, albeit irrelevant question. Perhaps they were a final gift from the gods, given to protect mankind from their doom. Perhaps they simply lay concealed beneath the rock for eons. In the end, all that matters is we've got them.
Sounds to me as if you want to play God.
The gods have forsaken us, and we have no need for them anymore. These crystals give us power to restore order. They are the key to man's continued survival. And so, we shall use them.
Thanks. I think I've heard enough for now.
Good. I think this little chit-chat added to your knowledge. Now go back to your chores.
What can you teach me?
Just ask me.
Various compendiums on astral orbits, I see. Books on physical constitution and the psyche. I feel sleepy just looking at them. A trivial story. Nobody would give a shit about it now.
There's nothing here for you. Wiry physique, distinctive facial features, interesting.
Sorry, not interested.
What? No, I didn't mean it like that. Allow me to introduce myself. Ilvar, paranormalist and precision engineer. It's in the nature of my profession that I always examine my surroundings very closely.
What on earth is a paranormalist?
An inquisitive student, most excellent. My area of research is other worlds that are invisible to the human eye. I combine the results of my research with my artisan skills to manufacture various oculars. When you look through one of my oculars, your vision will increase by 500%.
So what can your oculars make visible?
In layman's terms, they grant you a differentiated look into the astral sphere, depending on the prism you use. The knack here is to catch the particular wave band to give you the required result.
In layman's terms, right.
Please excuse me. The frequent disputes with my brothers here mean I sometimes find it difficult to use a more polite manner of speech.
Don't worry about it. Could you sell me an ocular?
Oculars, no. But the prisms you need for them, yes. Only if you join our covenant. Discuss it with General Magnus.
Dispute? I thought you mages stick together.
If only you knew. For instance, take this old codger Nurgle. He sits in his cellar all day looking after his plants. But the crystals are the reason we are here on Taranis at all.
Can you teach me something?
We'll see.
Huh?
Oh, you not magic man. Busy see right away.
Impressive. You're clever.
Yep, busy bring delivery dinghy. Not always right sorted, but with time I get better. Without help of Gnu, big chaos.
Do the mages treat you well?
If busy sped at helpo, magic man smiler.
I understand. The mages are happy with you if you work hard.
Yep, that's why work lots, no blah blah. Master Lumbrock always say, speech is silver, violence is gold.
Its speech is silver, silence is gold.
Homie, sure?
Very sure. It belonged to the leader of the expedition that discovered the Fountain of Youth. But he died before he could imbibe the deadly water himself. The vial is said to be buried on Tacarigua. I see.
Well. A new face here on Taranis. Reason for your stay on Taranis?
I want to become a mage.
How noble, yet simple-minded. Only a few are capable of working intuitively with magic.
but our guardians use an alternative method. If you want to be able to command magic, fulfill the tasks assigned to you by General Magnus. But let's get on with the procedure. I will document and archive your arrival. Every bit of information could be important.
Well, if you say so. Can you teach me things?
If you give me the necessary small contribution, that should be no problem. I can't teach you any spells, of course, unless you're one of us.
Aren't you worried that someone might steal the books?
No. There aren't many among the drunkards who can read, so our parchment won't be of interest to them. Losing the crystals would be the worst thing that could happen to us mages. But we've taken precautions.
How are you going to stop thieves?
The simplest means are also the most effective. Take me, for example. My valuables are always stored in my own chest. And because every single thief will search my body for the key, I have given it to the gnome Zakia. You see, it's a system that's completely safe.
Why do you need all this information?
There has to be an institution of some sort in this time and age that consolidates the knowledge of all mankind. If we lose that knowledge, we lose all chance of a future. Just thinking of how much knowledge was lost during the conflict with the Inquisition makes me shudder.
Can you tell me something about the shadows?
Let me think. It's not the first time that their kind walks this earth. Something is driving them on, but I can't say what it is. All I know for sure is that if they're not stopped, the existence of mankind hangs in the balance. But thanks to our reactor, we're equipped for the challenge.
Horace, the Guardian, was supposed to contact you.
Right, I see. Go on.
Well,
So, we're here to do whatever you need.
Is that so? Well, let's waste no more time on Horace's silly tricks and get down to action.
What's your problem with Horace?
He's unreliable, cocky, and dawdles away his time with worldly vanities. That also applies to many other guardians and cadets. They prefer going on adventures rather than serving the community.
Whatever you say.
Master Erasmus's work on the reactor is exemplary. But if we had some more rock crystals, we'd vastly improve its efficiency. Some Guardians have been sent out to the other islands in the southern seas to search for them. Unfortunately, only a small amount of them have reached me so far. We definitely need the spoils of the other Guardians. Go out and look for the Guardians who are still out there, and bring me the crystals they found. That should be all of them. Horace should know exactly what to do.
How were the shadows defeated back then?
Your perspicacity astonishes me. This question is indeed worth considering. I don't think that people back then could have created anything like our reactor. Maybe the demon hunters or the natives will be able to provide the answer. But I wouldn't expect any sensible answers from their hocus pocus.
Teach me something.
Let me see what you can already do.
Well, well. Look what we have here. What brings you to me? Knowledge of magic? No, someone like you will never understand that.
What do you want with the mages?
I take care of many things that the average soul could never comprehend. It is down to me, and me alone, to make sure our crystal gloves exceed all expectations. Thanks to the gloves, each Guardian is able to focus the magic that we mages wield intuitively.
I want to learn how to use the crystal glove.
You? No. Only someone who serves the Guardians may receive this honor. Until you've been sworn in, you will be forbidden to use the crystal gloves.
Have you got any work for me?
I assume you're not offering to restructure our filing system, are you?
No.
Good. Gnomes could do it better than you anyway. But there's one thing you could do for me. The intensive study of magic often makes me hungry, and my palate demands delicacies from across the southern seas. If you find any specialities on your journeys, I'd be prepared to buy them from you.
And as for your delicacies, would you like something special on your plate?
What kind of question is that? A gourmet like me always eats the most exquisite food. An exquisite cheese, a delicious ham, or some dainty mussels. That is how I prefer to dine. Top it off with an aromatic wine.
Any idea where I might find your specialities?
I heard that the demon hunters on Calidor serve a delicious ham. I also know of a pirate who's a master of brewing. I believe his name is Bruce. As for the mussels, you'd best look on Antigua. And the cheese. Well, Zacharias, head of our order, had a unique one delivered recently.
I'll see what I can find.
Excellent. But don't even think of serving me something common. I don't want to be sick.
Let's see what I've got. I think something's still missing.
Come back as soon as you've got everything. I don't want to be kept waiting.
Your stock of crystals must magically attract thieves.
Thieves? Imbecile. What sort of fool would try to steal from a mage? And just in case anyone gives it a try, I've posted a guard outside my chambers. I need not worry about my valuables.
If no one's going to steal from you, why not get rid of the guard outside your room?
Get rid of him? Me? It's a question of status. I've earned this luxury. I'm not some simple turnip farmer. Enough talk. My time is valuable, and because you have hogged so much of it for yourself, you are now going to get me a book from my chambers. Tell the guard you're acting on my orders. Bring me the book, Metaphysical Transcendence. That'll make it sometime today.
Can you tell me what the book was called again?
Metaphysical Transcendence. How hard can it be to remember that title?
Never mind.
Where's